I'm about to show you guys how to make the most unbreakable lockdown in the game. Not only is this build ideal for rec and threes, but because of the interior defense of this build, it's also the perfect 3&D corner threat for twos. This build is a knockdown shooter and super quick and slippery off the ball on the offensive side. On the defensive side, this build is a steal machine and can lock down all positions from 6'3" shot creators to 7'1" inside bigs. Make sure to watch the entire video because I will be giving you the pros and cons of this build as well as playstyle tips to help you succeed on this build. The channel is going up like crazy. Y'all know the effort I put into these videos and I love seeing comments about how you guys are making the build or made it and went crazy. So make sure you drop a like, and if you really want to make my day, hit the subscribe button. And be sure to come back and drop a comment after you guys go crazy on this build. Now before you guys spend the VC on the build, I'm going to go through the pros and cons so you'll know if this is the right build for you. Pro number one is that this build is the perfect teammate. The size, stats, and strength allow you to guard anybody on the other team, and the shooting makes it so that your opponent has no choice but to stick with you, which is especially useful on the twos. Con number one is that this is an off-ball build. The dribbling stats are not the best, but that's because that's not your role on this build. Think of this build as Clay more than Steph. Clay plays better defense and hits his threes consistently, but he's not looking to keep the ball in his hands. Pro number two is that this build is a quadruple double machine, which doesn't really matter stat wise, but it shows that you can have an impact everywhere. Y'all know I hate grinding badges, so I went straight into the rec, 85 overall, no badges, and I consistently had about like 6 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 6 steals. And that's honestly because I can't shoot and I haven't learned how to shoot. Once the build is grinded out, that'll easily be like 15, 10, 10, and 10. And that's mostly due to the speed of the build allowing you to be so many places at once. Con number two is that this is an IQ build, not a flashy build. You don't get crazy dunks or fade from the three, like unless you got the grip like that, but I know I don't. And also, if you can't shoot or have no intention of learning how to shoot, do not make this build because you'll still get 10 boards, 10 assists, and 10 steals, but you will not have any points. Like me, the reason why I was sitting here having 6 points is because me personally, I don't know how to shoot and I'm still practicing trying to get nice at shooting. Lastly, pro number three is that this build is fun and good at what it does. You're a passing lane demon, your three ball is very consistent, you're so fast you feel like a crackhead on the court. I've literally gotten chased down snatch blocks. Like this build is crazy, it's super fast and super fun. And if you like defense or want a player who can control the game without dribbling, then this is definitely the build for you. Jumping into the build now, your name doesn't really matter, handedness I went right doesn't really matter, and my jersey number is 21 because that's my favorite number. Alright, so now for this build I went with a small forward. I went 6'7", I went 2'13", and I dropped my wingspan down to 6'11". You guys can change this to fit your liking, but if you want to follow the build exactly how I did it, I recommend you doing it exactly like this. So now moving forward, y'all know when I make my builds, I pick things that I want to be extremely good at. For this build, I wanted that to be shooting threes and defense, okay? So for a lot of lockdown builds and even stretch bigs and things like that, they're pretty effective with an 81-3. But me, I have like a disability when it comes to shooting. Like I can't do it. It's not possible for me. So I went with an 85-3. As you can see from the badges, catch and shoot on gold, corner specialist on gold, Claymore on gold, green machine. You understand? That lets you know this is the type of build that's not looking to create shots, but more of just hitting the shots that your creators find for you. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I wanted this build to be able to play everywhere, especially the twos. Me personally, I don't play twos anymore. I mostly play rec, but this is really a twos build. If you think about it, how I optimize this build. And the reason that I say that is because I wanted this to be able to guard big men. There's a lot of big men on the twos, like post scorers or like stretchers who can body guards inside of the paint. And with this being a lockdown, like a 3&D type of player, I wanted this to literally be able to do 3&D. You hit your threes in the corner, and on defense, you're able to lock down both players. If your man can't guard his, you can switch X, Y, and Z. You understand what I'm saying? So with that, I went with a 90 interior defense. Boom. Pairing that with my favorite part of this build, honestly, which is the 85 strength, this build is a menace defensively when it comes to like big men as well. Not just guards. You're not just locking down guards, but big men also have extremely hard time scoring on you because you're so strong and you have that interior defense. We also pair that with an 80 block. So, excuse me. So you're able to get blocks. I've gotten a chase down snatch block. That was the wildest thing I ever seen. I'm gonna throw the clip up if I remember to do it, but I got a chase down snatch block, bro. I was like, no way. And the reason for that is because this build gets an 85 speed as well. So this is like, you ever heard bald crackhead? Like this build is really a crackhead. On defense, you're so fast. You can literally guard 2 to 3 people at one time and play the passing lanes, and it's so fun. I'll move this up to an 80 acceleration as well, so that you're able to, you know, hurry up and be quick with it. You feel me? So now, boom. Because your speed is because you want to be so fast, you're obviously going to need a 99 speed. We actually get workhorse on Hall of Fame because our perimeter defense goes up to a 94. Boom. Workhorse, that's the most broken badge in the game. It's been like that for 2 years, honestly. And we get 94 feet as well as ankle braces. So we're able to really harass past half court a lot. But what I mostly do on this build is really get steals. And the reason for that is because we have a 95 steal. But for me, interceptor steals are way easier for me to get than glove steals. I'm still adjusting to how to play as a lock, so I'm not comfortable really going up and just straight bagging people like that. But I would say I average like maybe 4 or 5 interceptor steals a game just playing the pass lanes, guarding 2 to 3 people at one time. Like, it's actually insanely fun. And you're like Richard Sherman. Like, you really catch these steals like as if you're a cornerback or something. Like, you will really fly into the passing lane, and it's super fun. So now moving forward, defensive rebound, we actually get that to an 81, and we get our offensive rebound to a 69. So offensively, the rebound could be a little bit better, but defensively, you know, you have box out beast on silver, so you're able to box out effectively with that 85 strength and grab those defensive rebounds. Once again, this is like a quadruple double machine of a build. I'm getting like 8 or 9 rebounds a game. And you feel me? Speaking of 8 or 9, like, I'm getting 8 or 9 assists a game as well. I only have a 77 pass accuracy, so I can get needle threader, but this build is really surprisingly efficient when it comes to passing. I'm not sure if it's my passing package. I don't even think I changed it, but like, this build, because you're not because you're not a ball handler, X, Y, and Z, you're mostly passing the ball. But if you have IQ, you're able to make the right passes to your teammates and get a lot of assists on this build, like how I do. Because look, my ball handle only goes up to what, a 70 on this build. So, and my speed with ball only goes up to a 62 because I'm not looking to create. You understand what I'm saying? But the fact that I'm able to get 8 or 9 assists means that, like, they understand, like, your shooting is up there. And also, if you pair that with your IQ, being able to pass the ball, this build is extremely effective at creating shots without being a dribbler or X, Y, and Z. You understand what I'm saying? You're mostly playing without the ball in your hand, but when the ball does come in your hand, with that 77 pass accuracy, you're able to make the right pass quick enough to get people some open shots. So now, the last thing that I really moved up was the vertical, because I wanted to be able to catch blocks and things like that. What I will say now is that the interior offense does not exist. We don't care about being in the paint. You understand what I'm saying? That's not what we're looking to do. We're looking to shoot the ball and play lockdown defense. Okay? We're not looking to go and yam it on somebody. The only time we go into the paint is off cuts or if we're wide open on the fast breaker X, Y, and Z. That's something that I will say I wish the build was more, the builder was more lenient with, allowing us to have more attributes so that we could be more viable inside the paint. But listen, you get an open layup, you're going to make it. Don't take contested layups. That's all you need to know. If the shot is not there, you have a 77 pass accuracy, make the pass, somebody's going to be open. If you're 9 times out of 10, if you're in the paint with the ball, there's probably going to be 2 people guarding you anyways, because you know people love to help. So just make the right pass and you're good. But look at this build, man. 85 3, 77 pass accuracy, 90 plus on everything, like pretty much defensive that you need. Block is an 80. Defensive rebound is an 81. Your speed is an 85. You're so fast. 80 acceleration, 85 strength, 75 vertical, sorry, and a 99 stamina. Bro, this build is crazy. Like, this build is crazy. I'm mostly a big man type of dude, but I made this build and I'm having so much fun on it, bro. I really recommend that you make this build. As you can see, shades of Gerald Wallace, Jaden McDaniels, Jimmy Butler. These are perfect examples of the type of player that you're trying to be, because especially with Jaden McDaniels, he don't really like create on the ball. You understand what I'm saying? Like Jimmy mostly does, but like Jaden McDaniels really is a lockdown defender and he hits his threes. That's exactly what this build aims to do. This build is trying to lock down whoever's the primary ball handler on the other team, as well as play the pass lanes to be able to come up with some easy steals for fast breaks and hit the three. Stand in the corner and hit that three. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the build, y'all. I highly recommend y'all make this build. Y'all know I only come with fire. These builds these build videos for me don't come out that often because I don't rush these build videos. You understand what I'm saying? I make the build, I put VC into the builds, I play with the builds. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not doing this just strictly for content. I'm doing this because I want y'all to really have the best builds out there. Make sure you guys hit that like button if you haven't. Yo, we are almost at 600 subscribers, bro. Like, when I first started my channel, I could have never imagined that. When I was getting my channel a few weeks ago passed 100,000 total channel views. When I was making my first videos that's private now, and I was getting 25-30 views a video, I could not have imagined that. So I definitely do. Damn, I got a smile on my face. I definitely want to say thank you guys so much for 100K channel views. What the fuck? Nah, I didn't even take time to really realize that I got 100,000 channel views. But enough of that. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Definitely hit the like button. Appreciate you guys so much. Definitely hit the subscribe button. We on the road to 1K. Let's see. I don't know. Can we get to 1K by the end of the year? That would be crazy if we could get to 1K by the end of the year. But let's try. Let's go for it. And I appreciate you guys so much. If you make the build, make sure you leave a comment down below. And I'll see y'all in the next video.